Hey everyone! If you enjoyed this video, the full version is available on Patreon. I'll be uploading all my content there going forward.
Chapter 1 Neon, Tokyo, Jujutsu High School. A golden sun hangs high above the dome, emitting billions of golden lights, bringing light and warmth to the earth and the world. There are green trees on the roadside, and the dappled sunlight shines on the ground through the leaves in bits and pieces. Outside the huge red torii, stood a tall, white-haired boy wearing a black windbreaker. The boy's collar was very high, covering his mouth and nose. "You're here." Yagamasa, a teacher at Jujutsu College, looked at the boy standing on the roadside. "Classmate Wenren Moyan." Wenren Moyan nodded, and then followed Yagamasa towards the interior of the shrine. As the only Jujutsu high school in Neon, how could ordinary people think that there would be a school for teaching and educating people within the largest private shrine in Tokyo? To be precise, what they teach is not a book, but a technique. Can use the power of curse to use superhuman superpowers. A new dessert shop has recently opened in Silver Valley. Let's go. Gojo Satoru, who was still in the first year of Jujutsu at this time, said to his neighbor and his best friend, Natsuki Satoru, at the table next to him. "Okay, we'll go after school." Xia Youjie agreed with a doting look on his face. The two have a close relationship and are almost inseparable. But another classmate next to them, Rishiko, was ignored by them. It's not that he ignores it, but Rishiko has made it clear that he doesn't like sweets. As a dessert lover, Gojo Satoru will exclude Rishiko from his dessert plans. Just when Gojo Satoru and Xia Youjie were discussing where to go after school, Yagamasa walked in. Yagamasa, standing on the podium, motioned to the three people to be quiet, and then began to announce. "Everyone, a new classmate will join us today." Before Yagamasa finished speaking, Gojo Satoru interrupted. "Sensen, does he like desserts?" Yagamasa has a dark face and the boy wearing sunglasses in front of him is the Gojo family of the big three sorcerer families. Six Eyes was a rare sight in hundreds of years, and his strength was unmatched even by his teacher. On weekdays, I often have negative opinions and sing the opposite tune to myself. But there is no way, this kid is not only strong, but also the current young patriarch of the Gojo family. The elders of the Gojo family wish that Gojo Satoru was now the patriarch and would lead them to the prosperity of the Gojo family. After only a few months of enrollment, he is already a quasi-special level Jujutsu master. This is a level that 99.9% of Jujutsu masters will never reach in their lifetime. Even some of the heads of the current big three sorcerer families have not reached the quasi-special level. No wonder the Gojo family can't wait. I'm afraid that in a few years, he will be a special level Jujutsu master. A special level Jujutsu master is not a special level just by randomly opening a field, but one who can subvert a country can be called a special level. "Shut up, Gojo Satoru. The teacher is talking above, but don't interrupt below." Yagamasa slammed his hands on the desk, making a thunderous sound. Seeing this, Xia Youjie quickly persuaded Gojo Satoru to calm down. Seeing that Gojo Satoru stopped talking, Yagamasa breathed a sigh of relief. "Okay, let's continue." Just when Yagamasa was about to call Wenren Moyan into the classroom, Wenren Moyan had already entered the classroom first. Looking at Wenren Moyan walking into the classroom, the first thing Gojo Satoru and others sensed was an extremely powerful spell. In an instant, dark purple magic filled the entire classroom, and even the temperature in the classroom dropped a few degrees. "This kid is so crazy." Gojo Satoru looked at the white-haired boy in front of him with interest. It was obvious that the extremely strong spell that had just enveloped almost the entire classroom was deliberately created by the white-haired boy in front of him. Wenren Moyan walked to the podium and looked down at Gojo Satoru and Xia Youjie in the audience with a cold face, his eyes full of contempt and provocation. "I heard that you two are very strong. Let's go together, or one by one. As soon as these words came out, Gojo Satoru and Xia Youjie both felt an urge to try. It's been a long time since they met anyone who dared to challenge the two of them. Facing such an arrogant and powerful guy, the two of them couldn't help but feel like they wanted to teach him a lesson, letting him know that there are people outside the world, and there is a sky outside the world. Interesting. The corners of Xia Youjie's mouth rose like a crescent moon, and he narrowed his eyes, showing his signature fake smile. On the other side, Rishko looked like he was watching a show and clapped his hands. Wu, Ji, you are being looked down upon. Rishko saw the excitement and did not take it too seriously, adding fuel to the fire and adding fuel to the flames. Gojo Satoru just spread his hands and glanced at Xia Youjie beside him. How's it going, Jay? This classmate is so enthusiastic. Should you go first or me? Xia Youjie supported the side of his face with his hands, his squinted left eye revealed a slit, and he looked at Gojo Satoru, and then at Wenren Moyan in the stands. You go first, I can see that you are very interested in him. As a close friend, I am very dedicated. The conversation between the two seemed to treat Wenren Moyan as a gift, and they cultivated the virtue of humility, completely ignoring him. This is a naked provocation. But these words did not anger Wenren Moyan, but instead angered Yamasamchi. Yamasamchi yelled angrily, "Shut up, all of you, do you take me as a teacher seriously?" But just as Yamasamchi finished speaking, Wenren Moyan mercilessly slapped Yamasamchi in the face. Very well, I'll wait for you outside. I hope you can give me a good time. After all, I can feel that you are weak. As soon as he finished speaking, Wenren Moyan's figure had disappeared from the podium, leaving only the shaking of the classroom curtains. Seeing the other party's speed, Gojo Satoru and Xia Youjie couldn't help but give a higher evaluation. Gojo Satoru looked at Xia Youjie with a smile. Gee, do you really want to give it to me? Xia Youjie smiled slightly, and was already irritated by what he just heard from Moyan. You said that. I suddenly feel reluctant to let go, otherwise? I'll go first. The two looked at each other and smiled, and then prepared to fly out of the window like Wenren Moyan. Yamasamchi could see what the two were thinking. You two, stop. Let me go through the front door. Gojo Satoru and Xia Youjie seemed to have been knocked out of their eggplants, and they suddenly shrank. Sensen, you have ruined our mood. Gojo Satoru showed a touch of sadness, like a child who had done something wrong and was scolded by his parents, looking pitiful. Xia Youjie also nodded in agreement. Yes, yes, do you know how harmful this is to our young hearts? Rishko was amused by the two of them, and the silvery laughter echoed in the classroom. Yamasamchi was mad at the two of them, one was Six Eyes, the other was a genius controlled by cursed spirit, and now here comes a once-in-a-millennium curse master genius. Yamasamchi can already think of the trouble these 3B will bring to him in the future. Here, take the main entrance. The magic power behind Yamasamchi began to spread, and strange and terrifying figures began to appear. It seems that in the next second, these curses are like a scourge, roaring towards Gojo Satoru and Xia Youjie. At this time, Gojo Satoru and Xia Youjie realized that they had really made the teacher angry, and hurriedly walked to the main entrance. And their resentment at being taught a lesson by Yamasamchi was ready to be unleashed on Wenren Moyan, who dared to provoke them. It's a feeling I haven't seen in a long time. The two agreed by chance, recalling the first time they met. At that time they were dissatisfied with each other, and then a battle led to the two forming a deep friendship. Chapter 2. Jujutsu High School's Performance Arena. Deep forests, open grasslands, and beautiful plains. Wenren Moyan was quietly waiting for the arrival of his two opponents. The spring breeze blows in the face, blowing the young man's silver hair and blowing the young man's clothes. Wenren Moyan had already pulled down the collar that covered his mouth and nose, revealing a handsome face that was somewhat similar to Gowan. There is a curse mark unique to the Gojuan family on his mouth. Gojo Satoru and Xia Youjie were just provoked just to complete their mission. Yes, I heard that Moyan is a time traveler and is Inumaki Toge's distant cousin. That's why he behaved so coldly and arrogantly just now. It's all because he wants to fight against the 2 future ceilings of Jujutsu Kaisen, and then use his golden fingers to gain even more powerful power. Speaking of which, it has been 16 years since I came to this world. As a man who has only watched a few episodes of the first and second seasons of the anime. In addition to knowing the main characters Itadori and Megumi who are still little ghosts now, I also know that in a few months, Gojo Satoru and Xia Youjie will be tasked with protecting the astral body. As for what the astral body is called, I forgot the name. After all, it has been so many years and many memories have been blurred. But it doesn't matter, anyway, Gojo Satoru will be killed once by Fushigi, the tyrant of heaven and earth. Then, at the moment of life and death, Gojo Satoru awakened the reversal warlock and officially became the strongest warlock in the world. And from the beginning, I am the only one in the world. As for later it became 2.5 Satoru. Wenren Moyan said that he was just making jokes on Douyin. All I know is that this joke is really fun to play with, as well as Xiaojinji and the dried mango. Only a bastard has this kind of thinking. I will blast your immortal body to pieces in these 4 minutes and 11 seconds. Well, this B installation is indeed pretty good. When I was fighting Sukuna later, I thought you were Hakimin Kai, but I didn't expect you were Clown Cloud. I thought you were going to break Sukuna's arm the last time, but I didn't expect that you just went through the motions and dried the mango. As expected, the one-eyed cat must see Xiaxia, but his perspective is different from that of ordinary people. It also triggered all kinds of memes. For example, "It's too late to mourn, who will appear next?" Gojo Satoru, "I like Okotsu the most." Sukuna, "You're playing with the teacher's feelings." Okotsu, "How rude, we have a teacher-student relationship." At first, I was a little dissatisfied with the death of Gojo Satoru, until I saw an even more explosive comment. After Sukuna killed Gojo Satoru and a group of Jujutsu masters, he slaughtered the entire Neon. Then he stood on Mount Fuji and took out the red badge. Riemann Sukuna, facing the party on the one hand and the people on the other. I suddenly felt that it was not such a pity that Gojo Satoru died, but it was more reasonable. After all, in China, Nyo means the god who drives away plague. The truth is out. A must see the next painting is an anti-neon film. In an instant, the discomfort all over Wenren Moyan suddenly became clear and smooth. Ah, if that's the case, Gojo Satoru deserves to die. Of course, it's fun to be funny, but as an anime fan, I don't want Gojo Satoru to be cut in half. After all, the flower-growing family all have white hair. Who would refuse a strong, handsome, 1.9 meter handsome guy with white hair and blue eyes? I can't refuse a man. There are still many uneasy feelings, such as the boy who was deceived by a real person in the first season. Xia Youjie, who originally protected the weak but turned evil in the end, is a pity. I heard that Nanami is dead in the end, which really makes people want to say, "See you in Kaixia, you should have died in your mother's womb." So at that time, I was fantasizing that if I were in the Jujutsu world, I would definitely prevent this from happening. Then my eyes darkened and I went directly to the delivery room. This time traveler must have swallowed his jujube in one piece. After traveling through time, I originally thought I would have this extraordinary life. The result was a huge disappointment. Although his father has white hair and is different from others, his mother is also as beautiful as a flower. The family is harmonious, they have a car and a house, and they live a comfortable life. But that's not what I want. What I want is a life that will shock the world and weep ghosts and gods, make people sing and cry, lead a legendary life, and be extremely handsome. Just when I thought I would live this life like an ordinary person, the turning point has occurred. When I was 6 years old, my eyes suddenly became able to see some unclean things. And he looks very much like the cursed spirit in Jujutsu Kaisen before he traveled through his previous life. Although it was the first time I saw such a terrifying and twisted monster that made people feel vomiting. But Wenren Moyan's excited heart suppressed his trembling hands. It's just cursed spirit. When you hear Moyan, I will become a Jujutsu master and kill them all. With a high and excited mood, Wenren Moyan returned to the 3-story villa at home. He went back directly and asked his parents, Uncle Wenren and Yume Wenren, if they had any relatives with special powers, or any relatives who were usually mysterious but extremely wealthy. Wenren Moyan's parents knew that their son could see those monsters. The reactions of the two people were different, even completely opposite. My father was ecstatic, and my mother was baffled. She even prepared to take me to see a psychiatrist. It turns out that as early as decades ago, his grandfather's father, Inumaki Rin. Because he had not awakened the power of the curse, he was always excluded from the family, and was eventually forced to run away due to helplessness. I came to a new city, changed my surname to Wenren, and started a new life. But Gojo Wenren did not keep this secret until he died alone. Instead, he told his son, Wenren Yao. Before his death, his grandfather Wenren Yao told his father Wenren Jibo. He said that if one day his grandson can see things that you cannot see, then send him to this place. As he spoke, a piece of paper was thrust into Uncle Wenren Ji's hand. After listening to my father describe the entire history of our family, my mother was shocked. She didn't expect that this world has such a mysterious and unknown side. When I think about my son becoming a superpower in the future, I can't help but feel excited and proud. Wenren Moyan was also shocked. I didn't expect that my family really had a background. That night, my father drove all night to the address left by my grandfather. That is the headquarters of the Inyajuan family. It was at that time that Wenren Moyan became a spellcaster. And he awakened his own golden finger and his heaven-defying understanding. Wenren Moyan only exercised the power of the spell a few times, and he had already reached a level that many Jujutsu masters could not reach in their entire lives. After learning the technique for a while, I realized the reversal technique that Gojo Satoru only learned after taking his life. And, most of these Jujutsu and realizations are related to spells. To put it simply, if Wenren Moyan wants to treat himself, you can choose to use a simple reversal spell, or directly use a reversal spell. Let's go straight to the previous sentence, restore it. Moreover, this kind of spell can also heal teammates. Wenren Mo said that all he needed to do was stop the bleeding, or increase the power of the spell and restore healing. Even a broken arm can be reborn. It's a pity that Wenren Moyan still can't achieve such an incredible ability as rebirth. To put it simply, as long as you are not completely dead, it is just a matter of one word. Chapter 3. The wind stopped slightly, and the sunlight sprinkled like gold powder on Wenren Moyan's tall figure, coating it with a layer of golden light, making it beautiful. Wenren Moyan raised his head and looked at the targets who came to Jujutsu High School this time. Gojo Satoru and Xia Youjie. Seeing the other person taking his time and walking step by step, not in any hurry, Wenren Moyan sounded a little dissatisfied. What's wrong with you? Why are you so slow? I just went through the revolving door, why did you just arrive? Wasn't the provocation he just provoked enough? Looking at Gojo Satoru who was eating ice cream, Wenren Moyan didn't know what to say. Spring had just warmed up, but it wasn't summer yet? Why do you eat ice cream? It is indeed the ceiling of the whole drama. This brain is different from that of normal people. It is quite different. I am not a cold-blooded person to begin with, and the reason I was in the classroom just now was entirely because of the plot. I wanted to fight against Gojo Satoru and Xia Youjie, and experience their opponent's techniques through fighting with them. Then, he used his golden finger to gain insight into the opponent's unlimited spells and cursed spirit manipulation. As early as 2 years ago, Wenren Moyan had completely crushed the current patriarch of the Inujuan family in terms of spells and strength. A first-level Jujutsu master whose strength is also at the top of the first level. And Wenren Moyan's strength has reached the terrifying level of a quasi-special level Jujutsu master. The same level as Gojo Satoru Xia Youjie. He was hailed by the head of the Gojuan clan as the glory of the Curse Master, a rare talent seen in 1,000 years. Just using the spell to summon thunder and rain and amplify himself has reached a level beyond his reach. You must know that the magic of incantation may seem simple, just say a few words to destroy the enemy, but in fact its secrets are profound and extremely harmful to the throat. After all, the spellcaster needs the power of the spell to pass through the throat to achieve the effect of the spell. It is a huge burden on the throat. Most spellcasters are unable to speak in their later years, or their throats are severely damaged due to previous battles, and every time they speak, they suffer tremendous pain. It makes people sigh. But Wenren Moyan broke the eternal shackles of this spellcaster. Yes, he can ventriloquism. Of course, this is not simple ventriloquism, but ventriloquism that can be used externally. There were also spellcasters who wanted to use ventriloquism instead of the throat to perform spells. The result was a failure, because the spell power could not be leaked out and could only wander around in his body. However, Wenren Moyan, who had an incredible understanding, could easily use ventriloquism with such proficiency that even he himself could not understand the secret. Perhaps, this is what the legend says can only be understood but cannot be expressed. Comprehension is so mysterious and incomprehensible. It's natural to reach that state. I'm so sorry, classmate Moyan. Satoru suddenly wanted to eat vanilla ice cream when he was halfway there, so we bought one with him. You won't mind if it takes a little time? Xia Youjie explained with a smile on his face. It seemed that he didn't take the previous provocation to heart, as if nothing happened. But this smile is not smiling, and his eyes are narrowed into a fake smile. But Wenren Moyan felt a chill in his heart. Of course, this was exactly what Wenren Moyan wanted. The more they fight with their full strength, the more techniques they reveal, and the more I gain. Hey, since Gojo Satoru likes ice cream, let him eat ice cream first. Wenren Moyan snorted coldly, hooked his fingers, and grinned in a provocative and playful arc. Then let me practice my hand first. Haha, okay, then, student Moyan, be careful. Yagamasamichi on the side quickly reminded the two of them that it should be done in moderation and not to harm the feelings of their classmates. Xia Youjie said to be careful, but the speed of summoning the cursed spirit did not slow down at all. Xia Youjie pointed lightly with his hand. The black mantra appeared behind him, and the rich mantra was like water, dissolving in the air and turning into a black portal. A giant purple worm, cursed spirit, surged out like a cannonball, as fast as a heavy tank moving at full speed. The huge and ferocious mouth parts are densely lined with serrations that can be compared to sharp knives and daggers. It seems that it can grind and saw everything, even steel will be sawed into powder. Level 2 Cursed Spirit? Are you so ruthless right from the start? I thought, Xia Youjie, you would consider the friendship between classmates and put some level 4 Cursed Spirit for me to practice. Wenren Moyan whispered softly, but it reached Xia Youjie's ears very clearly. Incantation, sound transmission. Xia Youjie's mouth slightly opened, and he immediately sensed the spell used by the other party. Looking at the worm-cursed spirit getting closer and closer, about to swallow it into its bloody mouth. Turn back. Wenren Moyan opened his lips with curse marks, and the curse marks on his tongue also showed their power at this moment. An invisible force forces the cursed spirit, which attacks the worm like a cannonball, to change its trajectory. The cursed spirit that originally attacked Wenren Moyan now rushed towards his master Xia Youjie. The strange spell prevents the worm from stopping its actions. Worm-cursed spirit's body seemed to have completely lost its control. Just like an ordinary person experiencing weightlessness for the first time, he panics. Xia Youjie's heart trembled as he watched the cursed spirit rush towards him just like it had just rushed towards Wenren Moyan. Xia Youjie could clearly sense that it was not that the cursed spirit was out of control, but that the cursed spirit itself was out of control. In this case, it only needs to be intercepted by another force. Then the second giant worm, cursed spirit, was summoned by Xia Youjie. The two worms collided with each other, making a huge roar that everyone could physically feel, as if a huge boulder had fallen heavily on the ground, sending up dust. Then the two worms' cursed spirit rushed towards Wenren Moyan again under the command of Xia Youjie. The worm-cursed spirit clings to the ground, moves at high speed, and plows deep marks in the open grass. And under the cover of the two worms' cursed spirit, Xia Youjie's entire figure was covered. Xia Youjie once again summoned a cursed spirit, drilling towards the ground, and then summoning a flying cursed spirit, preparing for a three-sided attack. Looking at the cursed spirit attacking again, there was no sense of urgency on Wenren Moyan's face, but instead he looked a little bored. "Hey, classmate Xia Youjie, please, you just tested me. It would be a bit impolite to release these second-level cursed spirits again. You made me think I was looked down upon. So, you won't be angry if I kill your lovely cursed spirits, right? Die." As soon as Wenren Moyan finished speaking, the 4 level 2 cursed spirits that were about to hit him were instantly twisted by a strange force, and then exploded. The huge body was shattered in an instant, with flesh and blood flying everywhere. Purple blood spread freely all over Wenren Moyan's body. But only Wenren Moyan, who stood in the center, remained untouched. Although ordinary people cannot see Jujutsu and cursed spirit, this does not mean that these things are not disgusting, and they will still feel like they fall on the body. Moreover, Wenren Moyan, as a powerful Jujutsu master, has a more obvious touch with cursed spirit. Even if the cursed spirit will dissipate without a trace in the end. So strong. Rishiko, who was watching the battle from a distance, couldn't help but praise. With just an understatement, Jay's 4 level 2 cursed spirits were directly destroyed. Besides, it looks like he doesn't have any burden, which is really scary. Ah, this is really troublesome. Is there another monster among my future students? Yamasamchi held his forehead and couldn't help complaining. Interesting. Next, Jay, you should be serious about it. The eyes of the sky exude a clear glow, like the light of the blue moon. From the perspective of Gojo Satoru 6 eyes, a powerful cursed spirit exuding majestic cursed spirit is now ready to go. Rainbow Dragon. Chapter 4. Xia Youjie whispered, and a dragon-shaped cursed spirit roared out. The magic power it exudes is completely different from the cursed spirit just now. If the worm-cursed spirit just now is a child's toy car, then the rainbow dragon that is flying towards the chicken roll is a large truck full of goods that everyone avoids on the highway. This is the unbridgeable gap between the first-level cursed spirit and the second-level cursed spirit. Moreover, the powerful cursed spirit, one of Xia Youjie's trump cards, is also the top among the first-level cursed spirits. Its combat power is comparable to that of a first-level Jujutsu master. Before it was over, Xia Youjie poured out the magic power in his body like crazy, and dozens of vortex portals formed by black magic power suddenly appeared. Countless grotesque and terrifying cursed spirits poured out, exuding frightening coldness and fear. At this moment, it seemed as if the sky was dark and the earth was dark. It makes people feel like they have arrived in the purgatory on earth, where 100 ghosts walk at night. They were like a torrent, charging unstoppably towards the young man standing in front of them, the enemy standing in front of their master Xia Youjie. This kind of momentum makes people frightened and despairing. This is a quasi-special level Jujutsu master. Is it valuable? It's really amazing. Wenren Moyan raised the corners of his mouth and laughed excitedly. The long-lost tension and pressure caused Wenren Moyan's adrenaline hormones to surge and his pores to open slightly. An insurmountable excitement spread toward the limbs. Yes, that is the long-lost fighting spirit. The fighting spirit that comes from direct confrontation with the strong. This feeling is really pleasant and pleasant. That's just nonsense. Let's make a deal first. If I beat your precious cursed spirit to death, I won't hold grudges. Wenren Moyan opened the zipper and threw aside the windbreaker, revealing the white shirt underneath. I also want to be serious about it. Wenren Moyan opened his mouth, revealing a pink and red tongue with a curse mark on it. Stop it. Then disappear. In just an instant, the flood-like army of cursed spirits was first stunned, and then was destroyed by an irresistible force and turned into powder. How is that possible? Xia Youjie's eyes widened in shock at this scene, with a look of disbelief on his face. Honglong is my hardest cursed spirit, how could it not survive? Awesome, really awesome. Wenren Moyan. I have to admit, you are the strongest guy besides Satoru. But, I won this battle. The next second, the cursed spirit army was destroyed. Wenren Moyan felt that the space he was in seemed to be imprisoned by something, becoming dim and extremely cold. Wenren Moyan was slightly startled, then reacted immediately. Field. Am I beautiful? A woman in plain clothes with disheveled hair appeared in Wenren Moyan's sight. Super imaginary cursed spirit rift girl. Wenren Moyan looked slightly sideways at the strange woman in front of him, the special cursed spirit, the cracked woman, who was currently Xia Youjie's final trump card. Neon once brought endless fear for a while. It is a famous existence in urban legends. It is said that the powerful cursed spirit was born from the negative emotions caused by some women's failed plastic surgery, and it is a collection of women's most terrifying resentments. No woman will refuse beauty, and of course no woman will accept the ugliness that comes from her own failure. I feel that the space is imprisoned, which may be caused by the simple field of cursed spirit in front of me. Am I beautiful? The cracked woman asked again, her face was so terrifying and twisted that it could make people lose their minds in fear. The scissors in his hand cut slightly. The next second, several blood stains appeared on Wenren Moyan's body. Only a few huge scissors, sharp enough to cut everything in the world, suddenly appeared around Wenren Moyan. It seemed that the next second Wenren Moyan's answer didn't satisfy the cracked girl, he would be cut into pieces with scissors. Xia Youjie reminded me kindly. Student Moyan, it's not too late to admit defeat now. I'm afraid I won't be able to hold back if I wait. In the eyes of others, Wenren Moyan has already failed. It can be discovered by Gojo Satoru under the watchful eye of 6 eyes. The embattled man in front of me was actually smiling. That smile, confident, joyful, absolute, crazy. It was as if he had obtained something extraordinary. Congratulations on observing and experiencing the cursed spirit manipulation technique firsthand. You have learned a new technique, the unlimited cursed spirit manipulation technique. Unlimited cursed spirit speech technique. There is no upper limit for your ability to conquer cursed spirit. Even if it is a special level, it only requires a simple incantation. The higher the level of cursed spirit, the easier it is to conquer and the less mana power is consumed. And there are no conditions or restrictions for you to conquer the cursed spirit. Even if the other party already owns the cursed spirit, you can still accept it. Wenren Moyan felt the heaven-defying magical skill he had just learned, the unlimited cursed spirit speech skill. I can only use one word to describe it in my heart, it's so cool to hang out. In this case, from now on, all the cursed spirits in the world will only need is my own light words. No matter you are a first level or special level person, you can easily use it for your own use and get it in your pocket. Not only that, the unlimited cursed spirit speech technique has many other effects. For example, you can increase the equivalent cursed spirit by conquering cursed spirit, and you can also cultivate a more powerful cursed spirit yourself. He can even use special jujutsu with powerful cursed spirits, and can further develop into even more powerful techniques through his heaven-defying understanding. And cursed spirit can also obtain new spells from itself and become stronger. I don't know how much more advanced he is than Xia Youjie. Compared to Xia Youjie who takes cursed spirit every day and eats cursed spirit, and the smell of disgusting vomit mixed with this rag, I feel so good that I have no friends. If Xia Youjie knew that he had this ability, he would probably be so angry that he would doubt his life and wish he could strangle me to death. Wenren Moyan felt the unlimited cursed spirit speech technique in his mind, engraved all over his body and in his internal organs. My heart was filled with excitement. Wenren Moyan pulled away from the enlightenment of the unlimited cursed spirit speech technique and looked at Xia Youjie with a playful expression. Then he looked at the quasi-special cursed spirit woman who was about to cut off her body. You are beautiful. When the cracked girl heard this, she was immediately elated, and her already huge and terrifying mouth grinned directly to the back of her forehead. Be as scary as you want, be as curious as you want. Wenren Moyan then activated the unlimited cursed spirit spell. So, will you be my servant? Wenren Moyan's words made everyone present stunned, and an idea suddenly appeared in their hearts. Is he crazy? Yagamasa Michi, who was worried about Wenren Moyan's safety, quickly advised him. Classmate Wenren, you are already great, but don't let your mind wander. You will really die. Rishiko also echoed, that's right, Mr. Wenren, your performance just now was already outstanding, don't go too far. Xia Youjie took a deep breath and touched the back of his neck with a troubled expression. What should I do? This situation is a bit nerve-wracking. Xia Youjie thought Wenren Moyan was talking crazy words because he couldn't accept failure. After all, a proud man like this in a family has been flattered and praised by everyone since he was a child, and everything goes smoothly. I have never suffered any loss since I was a child, and I am always number one among my peers. It feels like the whole world was created just for him. Little do they know that there are people outside the world, and there is a sky outside the sky. Once you suffer a little setback, you feel as if the world has collapsed and you are unwilling to admit and accept your failure. Trouble, I don't want to hurt my classmates, why don't I just admit defeat? Xia Youjie thought helplessly, but he also wanted to win. After all, that guy was so arrogant just now and killed so many cursed spirits that I had worked so hard to collect. Just when everyone thought Wenren Moyan said those inexplicable words because he couldn't accept failure. Only Gojo Satoru on the side knew that Wenren Moyan was very rational and clear now. Could it be? Gojo Satoru frowned slightly, and Six Eyes stared at the new classmate who had just entered school today. Six Eyes kept flashing with a light as blue as the sky. Forget it, just admit defeat. In the end, Xia Youjie's kindness prompted him to admit defeat. But just when Xia Youjie was about to give the order to unlock the domain, his connection with the Rift Girl broke in. Chapter 5. Okay, Master. In an instant, Xia Youjie's pupils shrank rapidly, and a drop of cold sweat flowed from Xia Youjie's forehead. The cursed spirit woman looked sharply at him. But he found that the cracked girl at this time seemed like a little girl who had been rewarded. Several pairs of ghost eyes hidden in the hair curved into crescent moons because of the sweet smile. The huge and ferocious crack also showed a smile that had never been happier. At this time, Xia Youjie's mind echoed with the words he just heard from Moyan. How is this possible? Xia Youjie was shocked and confused. Confusion, shock, and various emotions covered his face. This weird feeling was something Xia Youjie had never experienced before. Cold, helpless, sweaty, as if weightlessness soaked into the bone marrow. Fear. What on earth is going on? Xia Youjie was puzzled, and the doubt in his heart became the answer he most wanted to know now. Sorry, classmate Xia Youjie, it seems that I won this battle. Wenren Moyan showed an innocent smile, as if he was a boy from next door. Full of sunshine, energy, and tenderness. At this time, Xia Youjie has been pulled into the realm by his cursed spirit and has become a fish on the knife board. Xia Youjie looked at the huge scissors already placed on his neck and smiled bitterly. I lost. Xia Youjie admitted his failure. But what he cares about most now is not winning or losing, but how Wenren Moyan broke his bond with the Rift Girl. And why he was able to subdue the cracked girl in an instant and make her his own. Could it be that sentence just now? Xia Youjie realized later and remembered Wenren Moyan's words that everyone thought were crazy words. After the battle, Wenren Moyan came to the side of the cracked girl and gently rubbed her head. He said softly, "Actually, you have always been very cute." "Really? I like the master the most." Wenren Moyan praised the cracked girl without conscience, and Xia Youjie had a panoramic view of this scene. The doubt in his heart asked, "How did you conquer my slit girl in just a short moment?" Wenren Moyan rolled his eyes slightly, smiled slightly, and then coughed several times. The voice was a little weak and hoarse. "Ahem, actually this is my spell. You can cut off the other party's connection with the cursed spirit in an instant, and then use it for your own use in a short time." Of course, Wenren Moyan could not directly express the unlimited cursed spirit speech technique that he had just realized. If he said it, Xia Youjie would definitely doubt his life and even quit Jujutsu High School on the spot. Ah! What? It turns out that all it takes to conquer the cursed spirit is a light word. Not even having to beat the opponent and then roll them into a ball, like eating a sewer rag to wipe up vomit? So what is the meaning of my life? What is the value of my life? So it's so easy to conquer the cursed spirit? Wenren Moyan couldn't help but tremble when he thought of that scene. Forget it, this can be considered a white lie. After all, Xia Youjie and I are classmates. Not even an hour though. After all, even if he really said it, they probably wouldn't believe it for a while. How could there be such a rebellious jujutsu? Isn't this bullying my honest man Xia Youjie? Xia Youjie, work hard every day to pull out, then eat, pull out, and then eat. It's simply impossible for you to say something directly. There is such a powerful spell, isn't it going to defeat me? Xia Youjie was shocked when he heard Wenren Moyan's answer. Doesn't this completely defeat me, the cursed spirit controller? How could there be such a rebellious jujutsu? Fortunately, he was a classmate. If he were an enemy, it would be unimaginable. Thinking of this, Xia Youjie breathed a sigh of relief. Sure enough, having more brothers is better. Although this move is powerful, it consumes a lot of my magic power and the burden on my throat is also very uncomfortable. Wenren Moyan said, rubbing his throat, his voice was indeed hoarse. But it wasn't because of controlling the Rift Girl, but because of killing so many cursed spirits in one go. I hope Xia Youjie won't let me pay, after all, it's a lot. Is this so? That's true. The more powerful and heaven-defying jujutsu is, the price it pays is often huge. Xia Youjie expressed his understanding and then extended his hand. For a while, the two fell into a Q-version state. Ah, Xia Youjie, what does he mean by extending his hand? He doesn't want me to pay for his cursed spirit. How is that possible? I won't compensate. Yes, I won't compensate. Xia Youjie said, give it back to me, give me the cracked girl. Hearing that Xia Youjie just wanted to take his slit girl back, Wenren Moyan's anxious heart suddenly relaxed. Wenren Moyan nodded, yeah. The cracked girl on the side was shocked. I am so cute that you are willing to give me away. Master, I don't want to leave you. This man is so dazzled that he is not a good person at first sight. The cracked woman twisted her body and looked at Wenren Moyan coquettishly. In his own mind, the image of the cracked girl was cute, but in Wenren Moyan's mind, she was the kind that made her scalp numb and goosebumps all over her body. Can you imagine a monster with an abyssal mouth and a dozen eyes on its face acting coquettishly and cutely towards you? Wenren Moyan grabbed the cracked girl without hesitation and was about to stuff it into Xia Youjie's mouth. He said expressionlessly while pushing back. Eat quickly, eat quickly. Both Xia Youjie and the three people watching were shocked by the scene before them. What a mess, what a deformed relationship. Xia Youjie explained while wordlessly pushing the cracked girl that Wenren Moyan brought to his mouth. You need to remove the restraints first. How can I eat you like this? Oh! Wenren Moyan immediately untied the slit girl. The next second, the cracked girl seemed to have changed into a different person. It started again. Am I beautiful? Then he was knocked to the ground by Xia Youjie's punch and turned into a black ball containing powerful magic power. Seeing Xia Youjie swallowing the black ball, Wenren Moyan raised his eyebrows, came close to Xia Youjie, and asked Xia Youjie with a wicked look on his face. Is it tasty? Seeing and hearing Moyan, Xia Youjie spat out the black ball. It was still dripping with his saliva. You'll know if you try it. Wenren Moyan was directly exposed to Xia Youjie's slutty tricks, and he yelled, Fuck, can this thing still vomit? It's too late to review the battle between the two. Next up is the strongest Jujutsu Kaisen, and Wenren Moyan's favorite handsome guy in his previous life. Gojo Satoru. Hey, classmate Wenren, don't you need a break? No need at all. I've been looking forward to fighting Gojo Satoru-san for a long time. Wenren Moyan's eyes were full of fighting spirit, with a confident smile and expectation on his face. I don't know what kind of surprise Gojo Satoru's unlimited technique can bring to me. Chapter 6. Wenren Moyan looked at Gojo Satoru, who was only a few dozen meters away from him, and began to imagine in his mind. What incredible magic technique will I master? Gojo's home from big three sorcerer families. Not only does 6 eyes flow in his blood, but he also has unlimited techniques passed down from his ancestors. Jujutsu, the power of stopping. It can make things and spells that attack Gojo Satoru extremely slow, equivalent to stopping. That is what Gojo Satoru said, the distance between us is infinite. Jujutsu, AO. A simple understanding is attraction. Like black holes and whirlpools, it has terrifying suction. Reversal technique, He. A simple understanding is repulsion. The minimum power is twice that of AO. Currently, Gojo Satoru doesn't know how to use it. The reason why I know the first two in such detail is very simple, the head of the Inumaki clan told me. After all, as a sorcerer family that has been passed down for thousands of years, it is one of the big three sorcerer families. Those signature techniques have long been stripped clean. Only the last one is left, which is Gojo Satoru's ultimate killing move. Virtual form. This is a technique that few people even within the Gojo family know. Wenren Moyan only learned this information after watching Jujutsu Kaisen in his previous life. Its power is unknown how many times higher than the other two techniques. Its power is enough to turn everything in front of you into annihilation and nothingness. So, most of what I have understood is. At this time, Wenren Moyan could already think of the heaven-defying magical skills he had learned after the battle with Gojo Satoru. Attraction and repulsion, plus spells. Isn't that just? It's spicy. Kang, all things are led by heaven. Su, the earth explodes into the sky. It doesn't seem to be the case. Who cares, as long as he's handsome, that's it. Yes, I am 6 paths pain in Jujutsu. When I think about it, I can tease and applaud my opponents with just my words. Hearing people's ink words can't help but feel excited. After all, who can resist such a pretentious and handsome skill? Classmate Wenren, I want to come. The martial arts arena was already in a mess due to the battle between Wenren Moyan and Xia Youjie, with holes and holes everywhere. Gojo Satoru has already entered the battlefield, took off his sunglasses, and revealed the legendary 6 eyes. Beautiful, really beautiful. Wenren Moyan stared at Gojo Satoru's eyes, as if he was looking at another pair of eyes. Instead, it is a brilliant galaxy with endless stars, as if there are countless rays of light flowing in it. It is so beautiful and magnificent. As expected of the legendary 6 eyes, he is indeed my favorite man in Jujutsu Kaisen. Then let me taste you. Wenren Moyan didn't know why he said such perverted words. Perhaps, strong men like to say this. Then, I'll do it. As soon as he finished speaking, Gojo Satoru's figure had disappeared from Wenren Moyan's sight. When Gojo Satoru appeared again, he had already arrived in front of Wenren Moyan. A punch hit Wenren Moyan's handsome face without mercy. So fast! Wenren Moyan's pupils trembled slightly and he crossed his arms in instinctive reaction. There was a boom. Gojo Satoru's punch just now caused a sonic boom. He could clearly see with the naked eye that the blow he just made caused ripples in the air like water mist. Such a powerful blow just now caused Wenren Moyan to fall back several meters. Both arms were numb from the shock of the blow just now. Is this a physical technique with unlimited power to stop the technique? It's really terrifying. Hear people's ink words and praise. But Gojo Satoru didn't want to give the other party a chance to breathe. Stop it! Gojo Satoru's figure paused. Wenren Moyan activated the spell, giving himself some time to breathe and counterattack. The dark red curse power in the body circulated rapidly and wrapped around Wenren Moyan's right foot. The swaying spell is like a flickering black fire, and its power is amazing. Even the spell just made Gojo Satoru stop for a short moment. But it was enough for Wenren Moyan to hit him with his next kick. Bang! There was a louder sound than before. Wenren Moyan's attack just now was like a whip, hitting Gojo Satoru's head hard. At the moment of impact, black lightning even flashed, and the originally smooth space became somewhat distorted. That is the signature attack method of the protagonist Itatori, Black Flash. For other Jujutsu masters, being able to play Black Flash once in a while is a good achievement. But for Wenren Moyan, who has incredible understanding, if he wants to, every shot can be Black Flash. Incredibly wonderful and meticulous manipulation of the power of the spell. Wenren Moyan dared to talk about his use of spell power. You call yourself number 1, and no one dares to call you number 2. No matter the past, future, or even now. As expected, nothing happened to you. Wenren Moyan looked at Gojo Satoru, who was knocked 100 meters away by him, and came back unharmed. There was a relaxed and comfortable look on his face, as if he was enjoying the attack just now. This is not possible. If I don't use some means, I'm afraid I will be beaten unilaterally by you in terms of physical skills. Wenren Moyan smiled arrogantly and formed a seal with his hands. Actually, it doesn't matter whether he formed a seal or not, the most important thing is that he is handsome. His lips were tightly closed, but he could hear the other person's voice clearly. In Gojo Satoru's 6 eyes, Wenren Moyan's spell is like a huge torrent, rushing to every part of his body. Physical body, increase. Power, increase. Reaction, increase. Speed, increase. Defense, increase. Senses, increase. Spell, the god of war is coming. The god of war came to his body and heard Moyan's self-created amplifying spell. You can use ventriloquism as the first step to activate Jujutsu, and then transmit your own huge magic power to all parts of the body. Brain, limbs, 5 senses. Meet God's defense, speed, and strength have reached a qualitative leap. During the activation period, the huge increase it brings to the body is comparable to the extreme increase brought by heavenly restriction, or even surpasses it. But unlike heavenly restriction is the ultimate in giving up one's own magic power in exchange for physical senses. As for the presence of the god of war, the caster can gain extremely powerful physical fitness in a short period of time by manipulating his own spell power, just like being possessed by the god of war. And heavenly restriction are completely two extremes. One has no magic power, and the other has all magic power. The disadvantage is also obvious, that is, it consumes a lot of mantra power and requires extremely subtle mantra manipulation. Otherwise, if you are not careful, the magic power spreading in the body will become chaotic and riot. It can range from serious injuries to severe injuries. And the shortcomings of martial god's body don't stop there. Compared to heavenly restriction, it has almost zero mana power and can hide itself very well. Even the first generation of Tianyu tyrants had an unheard of zero curse power due to their special physiques. You must know that ordinary people have more or less magic power. And Fuhei Shi'er can actually achieve terrifying zero spell power. This makes Fushiguro a completely transparent existence both in the eyes of Jujutsu masters and in the barrier. This is why Fushikiji is known as the Jujutsu Master Killer. His terrifying assassination skills and unique stealth advantage have made him a monster that magicians talk about in awe. However, God of War is completely opposite to heavenly restriction. One is transparent, and the other is like a lighting lamp in the night sky. In the eyes of ordinary Jujutsu masters, you are clearly visible in front of your eyes, and it is impossible to hide the magic power that fills your body to the extreme. Not to mention Gojo Satoru, who has 6 eyes. It was like the light of fire in the polar night, clearly visible and eye-catching. Completely unable to avoid or hide. Therefore, every time he hears Moyan, he activates the presence of the God of War. It shows that he will not hide, but will fight you openly and openly. And you will also face a monster with terrifying powers, body, and spell. Until I defeat you head-on and kill you to pieces. Chapter 7. Then, now it's your turn to say it, so soon. Wenren Moyan revealed a sinister and confident smile on his lips. Speed is power. Have you ever been kicked at the speed of light, ever? The next second, Wenren Moyan's figure turned into an afterimage and suddenly disappeared from the place. All that was left was a wisp of breeze blowing up the grass and soil. In Gojo Satoru's shocked eyes, a whip leg was already whipped to his head. Before anyone could react, Gojo Satoru was knocked away. In everyone's sight, Wenren Moyan seemed to have disappeared into the empty plain. Trying my best, I could only capture the afterimages of him. But in their sense of magic, a huge glowing light source was moving at an incredible speed. To be precise, it's almost teleportation. For a moment, Gojo Satoru was beaten by Wenren Moyan, who had activated the God of War, and was unable to fight back. What a speed! Gojo Satoru's eyes were serious and his brows were furrowed. At this time, Gojo Satoru was stabilized in mid-air by Wenren Moyan using the ultimate speed and attack frequency, without any focus, as if he was a small boat in the endless waves, drifting with the current. It never came down while it was in mid-air. And Wenren Moyan was bombarding Gojo Satoru with his body in an absolutely dominating manner. Boom boom boom. Violent explosions were heard one after another. Black lightning flashes around Gojo Satoru. In the eyes of everyone, Gojo Satoru seemed to be being ruthlessly beaten and unilaterally crushed by Wenren Moyan. This is not the case. Compared to Fuhei Shi'er's zero spell power, it is impossible to sense. Wenren Moyan's huge spell caused by the presence of the God of War is not traceable in Gojo Satoru's 6 eyes. On the contrary, it is very clearly visible, but it is simply because my current body cannot keep up with my eyes. Moreover, Gojo Satoru, as the #1 genius in the Jujutsu world, has amazing learning ability and amazing fighting talent. He is waiting. Adapting to Wenren Moyan's attack frequency and speed. Waiting for an opportunity to defeat the opponent. On the surface, it looks like Wenren Moyan is unilaterally crushing Gojo Satoru. Taking advantage of the physical presence of the God of War, he launched a storm-like physical attack on Gojo Satoru. Even extreme physical strength plus punches are black flashes attacks. With the unlimited technique, Gojo Satoru is still safe, even unscathed. What a turtle shell! Wenren Moyan looked at Gojo Satoru hiding in his unlimited technique and couldn't help but complain. And Gojo Satoru was beaten and had no power to fight back. At this time, he has already shown the charm of a great genius. Calm. He was not frightened by this terrifying attack and lost his ability to think. Instead, he devoted his spell power and attention wholeheartedly to the defense of unlimited spells, waiting for the opportunity. The eyes of the sky are emitting a strange blue light. Gojo Satoru is quickly calculating Wenren Moyan's trajectory and sharing the battle situation at this time. Sure enough, such a terrifying increase brought him huge spell power and a lot of energy loss. Gojo Satoru was overjoyed, in his 6 eyes. Wenren Moyan's spell output has begun to weaken. And this is the opportunity he has been waiting for. Although he possesses 6 eyes and unlimited spells, his spell power is almost inexhaustible. Even if you let the other party fight for a few days, there will be no problem. But who is this uncle? I want to be upright and defeat him head-on. This is the self-confidence that a strong person should have. Gojo Satoru's eyes were focused, and he caught the moment in the gap in the opponent's movement. It's now. Reverse the technique, King. Gojo Satoru drank softly, and on his slender fingers, a blue energy ball containing enough to tear the earth suddenly condensed. Boom! The Spell King flew out like a cannonball, and its terrifying gravity even affected the surrounding air. Nothing within a few meters of it could escape the gravity like a black hole. An invisible whirlpool was flying towards Wenren Moyan at an extremely fast speed. Just when Wenren Moyan and King were about to have a close encounter, Wenren Moyan's figure disappeared again. How is it possible? How is it possible that he can change his trajectory so quickly in mid-air? Gojo Satoru looked at Wenren Moyan, who had lost his figure, and his heart trembled. The next moment, Wenren Moyan's figure appeared again, suddenly arriving in front of Gojo Satoru. The distance between the two was now like a couple in love. If it weren't for the barrier of the unlimited technique, Gojo Satoru could even feel Wenren Moyan's warm breath. What a pity, Gojo-san, that flaw was deliberately sold by me. Wenren Moyan's lips curved into a wild and proud smile. His right fist was wrapped in a strange white spell, and he hit Gojo Satoru in the abdomen with all his strength. Simple domain, extended, broken. How is that possible? Gojo Satoru looked at his abdomen in disbelief. His unlimited technique was actually broken. Feeling the huge force coming from the abdomen, a heart-breaking pain followed. Gojo